But yeah, it was pretty awkward. I was covered in piss and wee from a tapir. Yeah, it wasn't great.
That really is a sacrifice you've made there.
Yeah.
All right, so question number 2. There's a famous saying which says never work with kids and animals. You've decided to do both.
Yep.
But which animal has given you the hardest time?
Which animal has given me the hardest time? Recently, I had to get a shot of one of the animals going for a poo in the water. So obviously I'm just like sitting on this rock, and I was in with our Brazilian tapirs. They're really underrated animal. They're like big dogs. They're awesome. But yeah, so I've had to get this underwater shot, and I've had to wait for this tapir to go into the pool. That's where they poo as well. And so it's gone into the pool, and I'm like, oh, yeah, hopefully it's going to like do a massive poo now. I put the action camera down into the water, and I'm just waiting for the shot, and he's just on this massive poo right on my hand and all down the action camera, and then it's just gone for a massive piss like all over my legs and everything, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is it, this is the best shot, they're gonna love me for this. But yeah, it was pretty awkward. I was covered in piss and wee from a tapir. Yeah, it wasn't great.
That really is a sacrifice you've made there.
Yeah, but it happens all the time. Like working with animals, you get pissed on and weed on, like pissed and weed on there, same thing. Pissed and pooed on all the time. Like that's just like what you get, unfortunately.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it like almost a daily occurrence?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at like animals which are the smelliest as well, like otter poo absolutely stinks. When you've got to clean out the otter house, I mean, that's where they poo as well. Yeah, it's really smelly. Lion poo actually like really smells as well. Obviously it's just a really meaty poo. So yeah, not ideal.
And is that like a huge portion of like the zookeeper's days, like kind of cleaning up?
Yeah. To be a zookeeper, I think a lot of it, I mean, zookeepers are incredible because they can do so many things, you know, and looking after animals is obviously the key part of their job. So they've got to obviously clean out all the beds and, you know, clean up their poo and wee and everything. And that is a large part of the day. But you do have like magic moments as well. Like recently when I was in with our tapirs, I was just like, they're like big dogs, so you can give them a big scratch from the belly and then their chin, and they kind of just like fall asleep and just lay on your lap asleep, and it's beautiful. Like that's what makes the job so special. But yeah, they do smell at the same time.
Definitely
Camels,
something you've got to get used to
as well. Yeah.
So what advice would you give either like a teenage version of yourself or someone who's trying to get involved with, you know, something with zoos or anything with animals? What kind of advice would you give them?
If you want to, you know, get into the profession, whether it's a conservation organisation, a charity, a zoo or sanctuary, definitely either go into education, you know, get a relevant degree, or get your foot in the door by interning or volunteering. Like they're the best probably two ways of getting in there. Obviously having experience in, I guess, like if you've worked at a pet shop or, you know, kennels or anything like that, anything to do with animals is always good to kind of get into the industry. But yeah, you kind of need to either have an education or intern or volunteer. You know, you don't work in the industry for money. Like you do it for the animals. So I think a lot of people need to realize probably that, you know, there's not really any money in the industry. So if you're going to do it, you need to have a passion for it. So just make sure you have a passion. Make sure obviously you like animals, which I hope everyone likes animals. And that's the best way to, I guess, get your foot in the door.
So on the other side of things, the photography, the content creation, the social media posts, is there any advice you'd give for someone trying to get into that?
Yeah, just do it. You know, I'm in an R for like ages. Like, oh, do I do it? Oh, it'll be embarrassing. Oh, will my friends like take the mick out of me for doing it? But one day I just woke up and I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to see how it goes. You know, I went around the zoo. It was snowing. So I thought, this is cool. And just started filming myself. And I think a couple of the keepers saw me and probably thought, like, what is this guy doing? Like, he's just filming himself. But, you know, I just kind of just blocked everyone out and just went for it and put my first video out, and people really liked it. But yeah, you just got to do it. Like any opportunity that comes up now, I say yes to. I never say no to it. And I guess when I was younger, I always used to kind of, you know, never really take those opportunities, you know, to do them. So, but now I'm trying to, you know, make amends and do everything I can. So yeah, with TikTok and Instagram and what I'm trying to do on there, I'm just literally trying to do whatever I can, because, you know, good things come when you take up opportunities.
Thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed this, then please make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on future episodes. If you're really feeling loved, then please drop us a 5-star review on Apple and follow us on Instagram and TikTok too, at @StudentBeans. See you next time.